All right.
All right. Super glad that everyone could be here to join us today. We're gonna get started with this little intro video that I have for you all, and then we'll go from there. The best part about this intro video is that it was community made. After one of the first Homebase live sessions, someone was like, yo, you need an intro video. I'm going to make one. They made one, sent it to us, and we've been using it ever since. So go follow at TophB on Twitter and Farcaster. Go show some love. All right. So
Great.
today we have Zach. Zach, who are you and what are you going to be doing today?
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Zach. I'm a software developer, mostly building mini apps lately. And yeah, today I will be presenting a project of mine, which is called Hazan Legacy. It's a social game mini app that hopefully will be running on Base and definitely will be running on Base, I would say.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear, baby.
So yeah, what I want to do today is really like give a quick intro about it, and after that, just do the fun part, which is just doing some vibe coding, live coding together.
Absolutely fire, absolutely fire. So, we'll start off with what inspired this game slash mini app, and follow up to that. How much of it is already sort of built? Like, what is the current status?
Sure. Inspiration. I had like this idea forever to build a game like this, and but when I started like working with mini apps, I thought that would be like a sick idea to do on a mini app. And yeah, basically I was like maybe like 3 months ago, I was in Japan actually, and just like getting inspired by kind of what I'm seeing, all the temples and all of that. So that brought that idea back of building kind of this kind of ninja, shinobi, warrior.
I love it,
Uh,
dude. Japan is the ultimate inspiration. I should
yeah.
have shouldn't have even asked the question. I should have just guessed.
So that's kind of like the main inspiration for like kind of the vibe of the game. Since then, I kind of like played around with the concept, with the core ideas, and like kind of the feel, the lore that I
Mm.
want to go for. And I have so many ideas, but obviously, when you are building a game and trying to get that MVP, you gotta like remove a lot of things and just keep like kind of what's the core idea there. And yeah, currently what's built is kind of like the basic tech stack, kind of like front end, back end. I hope we have time to build some smart contracts on this live if we have time later. That
Dude,
will be
fuck yeah,
cool.
dude. I mean,
Like,
how much time do you have for context?
uh, I don't know. I have like 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't
All
know.
right, yo, let's go. Let's get it. There's only one other person. So like maybe if you're really getting into coding, they'll come on like in like 30 30 minutes to an hour, and they're just showcasing a little mini app. I don't think they're really doing any live coding or anything like that. So it'll probably be like 15 minutes. So like I guess like if while we're just fucking shooting the shit, I'll have them on too. We'll showcase some shit and then go right back to the live code.
That's cool. That's cool. Like
All right,
let's
fuck
do it. I don't know how many hours my brain will be working for,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
let's just go for it. Try
Yeah,
to.
let's fucking go for it. Let's see how far we can get. And honestly, like, you know me,
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever. So
You told me. You told me.
yeah. No, I'm glad. I'm glad because honestly, some people are like, yo, like, no way I can do more than an hour, and some people are like, yo, like, let's fucking get it. So you know me, I'm down for either. Uh,
Let's.
and
Yeah.
all
Let's do it.
right, perfect. All right, so we're on the same page. We know how this is gonna run,
Mhm.
and why don't we start with? I mean, nothing is currently like in production or working, right?
So nothing is in production. It's mostly still in like very heavy development phase.
Perfect. I just want to make
That's
sure, just so like there's not like nothing to like show people before we kind of like just to give people an idea of what is being built. So maybe why don't we start with at least like what your vision is, and what you kind of see us getting built today to move you forward towards that vision.
sure. Yeah. So there is like parts that are built, just kind of like the structure and all of that. Some screens that I've done before,
Mm.
and yeah, I can go through like sort of mini presentation that I made just to give people context
Okay,
on what is
fuck
it,
yeah,
and I can share my screen, do that, and after that, like I will show kind of like some of the screens that are done already and kind of what I want to build today, and we can do it
perfect.
together.
All right,
So
hit
yeah,
the present button right at the bottom of your screen. It will allow you to present either or to either share your screen or present slides or PDFs that you have downloaded.
yeah,
So you can bring it right up. I'll add it to the screen. Everyone will get to see it, and then I'll let you sort of explain what you got cooking, and then we'll just fucking get into it.
sure, let's do it. You can see my whole screen right now, and oh,
Perfect.
great.
Make
So
sure there's no seed phrases, etc.
I did my best to hide everything, but let's see if it comes
Good,
up.
good. I'll be paying attention, so I'll take the live down really quickly if anything
People are
happens.
very quick to see those.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
That's
so yeah, what is Hazan Legacy? It's kind of lineage based tactical RPG. Hold on, I'm trying to navigate around Excalibur. So yeah, the main idea is everyone will have their clan. In the clan, they will have their warriors. These are kind of like how the warriors will look like, some example of it, so you kind of have a visual idea of how it's going to look like. And the main idea is like a set of RPG where the warriors are kind of summoned, they live, they die, and obviously they leave a legacy after that.
love it.
So the platform format, obviously, it's a Farcaster mini app. It's gonna be like a hybrid between like some parts will be living on chain, like the ERC 721 token, aka NFTs and that sort of things. Trading also will happen on chain, but some of the like a lot of the logic is also off chain to kind of like balance what kind of needs to live on chain and off chain. So yeah, the core game play loop is really like you summon your Hazan, you send them to Echo Wells. These are kind of like the MVP version of the missions that there will be. So these are kind of like these hourly events that happen, and everyone kind of like merge with their clans and fight
Mm,
for it.
mm.
So I thought that would be like a cool thing to do, like have PvP directly as the first parts of the game. And obviously like you
That's
can
crazy, bro. Like PvP is always so tough to start, but like it's such a baller move.
yeah, that's I think it's gonna be, since it's gonna be a mini app, it's gonna live on Farcaster. Obviously, like it's all about the social part, so
Well, did
I
you
cannot.
I mean, because you had this idea prior to mini apps, so like is when you saw mini apps, you're like, oh, like this is how I actually can complete this vision. Like mini apps is how
Yeah,
you is the medium that you saw. Like this is the best place to let
yeah,
people play.
I had this idea forever, kind of like the sort of just general idea of the game. I always thought about it as like a simulation game or like a
Okay, got it,
tycoon type of game.
got
But
it. Okay, that
when
makes
I
a lot of sense.
saw yeah, when I saw mini app, like when I started working with the mini apps, I thought just like this idea, like if we
This is
make
it.
the social part the first part of it, it's just gonna be like so cool to do.
Yep.
And that's kind of like, okay, now I can start working on it, because like just in mini apps, I think it's gonna work pretty well.
It's I think it definitely will as well. I'm only asking because I was curious if you were like building out the game or like a website for this place to live like before mini apps, or if like mini apps was like the like, oh shit, like I got to build this as a mini app.
Uh, Definitely the later. Like I
Perfect.
didn't
Yeah.
start on it before. I was just like thinking about it, but never started on it.
Hmm.
But with mini apps, I thought like this will definitely work well on a mini app for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen like you're definitely not the first person who's come on to this show and said that. Like they've had ideas cooking for a long time. And honestly, the more that I'm thinking about like what kind of mini apps I would like to build, it actually brought back some like OG ideas I had, like even like pre-high school, like middle school, like games or games of ideas of games that I had while I was in middle school. So hopefully, like more and more people sort of realize that the mini app medium is the way to sort of execute on these ideas that we've had for so long. It's just such an easy way for users to interact and for devs to build a cool experience. So really glad that you had the same thought and that we're here building it now.
Absolutely. Yeah, mini apps are, I think, one of the most interesting mediums at the moment, just for like the social part. And I prepared this article that Limoni, the guy who created Farmville,
Hell yeah,
wrote, and this
Demona.
is a very interesting like article to read, just because it's like mini apps are all about that social part, really. And if someone want to read something very interesting, they should definitely read this article.
Send me the link on Forecaster real quick, and I'll shoot it into the comments for people to read.
Sure. Let me send it to you on Warpcast directly. All right, direct cast, Luciano. There you go. All right.
Go.
But yeah, he talks all about like you either make it social or it's a miss. Like you gotta be integrated with, like bringing in the usernames of the player and the other players, having a leaderboard, having like some sort of activity feeds, like where you say, your like friends on Farcaster are like doing this or that. So like very interesting read. And this is kind of like what I think is the main part when building a game like this, is just to have like focusing on really like all the social parts.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, it is really important, and Limone is 100% right. Like, if you're not making your mini app game or your mini game social in any way, shape, or form, I mean, you're not going to have the same level of stickiness. It doesn't even mean like the social has to be like the core, like feature of the core game. It just means like there needs to be social aspects for
Mhm.
the community to really be able to rally around it and for it to drive that level of like distribution that will drive adoption and usage.
Absolutely. Uh, yeah. So for the core game loop, obviously, like one of the ideas that I want to implement is kind of like having this Hazan age. I was thinking maybe like 1 year of their life is maybe like a day in real life. So they can age, they can die. So it's really like always having like new Hazan coming up, and like see some of them die on the field, on the battlefield, obviously. Yeah, just having kind of like that, making it alive, I would say. So
Hmm.
but yeah, the Hazan life cycle is very simple. They are summoned, they gain XP while doing like obviously like these echo well events, or I'm hoping later we can add some sort of more PvP stuff, like attacking other clans, assassinations, kind of like all these things that will be cool to do in PvP. And yeah, obviously, like when they want to trade the Hazan, if a Hazan like seems to be like worth making money off, I would say they can be traded as ERC7, like as NFTs, basically.
Mm,
So yeah, roadmap. Obviously, as I mentioned, having like some more PvP, some clan alliances, other kind of like other mechanics to make Hazan more alive, I would say. Kind of like add in items and that all that sort of thing. So that will be cool like down the road. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on like a MVP that has like some basic functionality and interesting social layer. And I think this is for me is the most important part that I can see, is having like a very strong social layer, social loop, I would say. So the basic thing is obviously having leaderboards, the PvP part. I would say like also like having cast ready events, like things that people will be happy to share, that kind of like puts the word out for the game, that will put the word out for the game, but also like bring in other people, be like, oh, this is happening, I would love to do something similar as well, right? And yeah, for economy, there will be obviously like an off-chain points system. I'm hoping to run with this for as long as possible. Obviously, if there is a need for an ERC20 token for the game, obviously we'll have it. And yeah, for mainly for point system, just used for scrolls, relics, all these things that can be bought or traded between players. Like the main idea like that I want to achieve is like having most of it happening between the players, and that I think that will be like the coolest thing, just emphasizing on the social part.
I love that. Yeah, no, I think that's really, really important. I mean, is there anything that you sort of had thought about in the past, like prior to mini games, that you feel like isn't necessarily possible yet?
As part of mini games.
Or sorry, as a part of like the mini app experience specifically, like maybe like you had some ideas like prior and you thought like, and now that you're building it out as a mini game, you're like, oh, maybe that's a little too cumbersome.
For this exact example, I was going like with pretty detailed kind of like stats for the Hazan, and like yesterday I was thinking about it, for example, and I just said like, okay, let's keep it to 6 stats that the Hazan can have, and
Yep,
later
yep.
on, past the MVP, maybe we can have all the cool stuff. But for now, like I'm cutting a lot of things that I think will be unnecessary. Another thing that I was thinking about, and I think someone kind of managed to do in a way, is having like a proper kind of game engine running. But I'm not sure if that's gonna be like resource heavy running inside of Warpcast. I think someone managed to do it in a way or another, but for now, like the game will be built as a kind of like a web app, and I think that for now will be like kind of the best approach to do it.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes total sense. I agree. Like you definitely have to simplify it. And I mean,
Yep.
just from hearing you talk about some of like some of the economy monetization, etc., it's obvious that you could go down a couple rabbit holes here. So I'm just curious at how far you want to go down for these builds.
So one part of this that inspires me, and I think is like I think is very addictive, is if you know the like soccer games, the FIFA and all of those, they have like a lot of kind of card trading, card opening, card building happening on their games, and that I think that part, like some people play it more than the actual game, and I think I want to get some of that spirit in this game, like
Hmm.
having people like trading the cards, building kind of their own cards, and sharing it, and having all of that happening. I think like that will be like a really cool mechanic to have in this game, and that's like what I'm aiming for. And as someone who enjoys that game, I found myself like playing it more than I should in the past, and I think like that's exactly what I want to capture and have in this game. Obviously in the MVP it might be like limited, but down the road kind of that's the goal.
Now, I mean, this is a kind of a ridiculous question, but like,
Mhm.
is the goal to like, do you want to make this like as addictive as possible, or is it more of just like capturing some of those like key like experiences that like give you nostalgia slash like give you present time enjoyment?
I would say it needs to be enjoyable. That's why, like, when I spoke about like the ERC20 tokens, like I'd rather not use them if I don't have to.
Mm,
Like,
mm.
if the players do not ask for it, I will not add it, I think.
I love that. Yeah.
But I think like if you put if you put in like real world tokens in it, it might become like that addictive part.
Right.
But if you like kind of like somehow manage to like not go down that path and just kind of have like a more chilled out experience, I think that will be more enjoyable. But you know, people get competitive, and it might like
Especially when it comes to money. I mean, yeah, you just
yeah.
added a whole different piece. People just. Yeah. Just look at meme coin traders.
Exactly. Like if I still haven't like thought about this like a lot. Like this is still in the back of my mind. Like I would love to like focus first on like the social layer rather than the economy, and just like let it happen, I would say. And yeah, so far I'm just thinking about building like a fun game that makes people like come back every day. Like that's why I want to have like some daily rituals or something like that. Just like kind of have people come back, play for a few minutes, and forget about it. Come back another day, and that's kind of like the first kind of vibe that I want to go to for first.
Damn. Yeah. No. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so this is pretty much it for like the idea of the game. Obviously I have a light paper for it, but you don't have to read it.
I'm
Just
kind of
kind of
curious. Just yeah. Let's scroll through. Just give us like a quick synopsis of each thing.
yeah.
I'm kind of just curious here.
Oh, if you want to know, like a lot of this, like a lot of this I cut for kind of like the MVP. I was hoping to have like some like
Ooh.
PVE, PvP happening right away, but I settled on only having like kind of the hourly events, the echo wells that
Yep. Yep.
people
Yep.
can play without like having to spend too much time. Obviously, like training, I might cut it also from like the MVP, like just have the Hazan kind of like gain experience directly in the missions.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess if they just gain from the Echo, that's better. And but then again, like training them might even be the MVP, and then like adding the Echo as a PvE after, like,
yeah.
just to get it like started, at a very simple level.
Yep, yep. Yeah, definitely. Like, uh, right now, it's really like about keeping it as simple as possible.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, another thing that I probably like would not do is like having like the training part from 6 to 15. I would say maybe that's post MVP. Right now, I'm thinking about like the Hazan just being summoned at the age of like 15, 16, and they will like live around until like I would say like 60 if they don't die in a mission.
I
Uh,
love that. Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
that would actually be funny. Eventually, your son has to find a waifu, and respawn or create spawn, I should say.
yeah, spawn in will be like a cool mechanic as well. Like
Yo,
just
maybe that's where training is. Like you train from like 0 to 18. As soon as you turn 18, like you're done training, and now you have to battle like with that spawn. So like
uh,
that would actually create the mechanism where people would want to buy like already spawned NFTs if they don't want to like wait to like train their own. They could just like go buy one. But of
yeah,
course,
that is true. Oh yeah,
but
that's a good idea actually.
yeah, Treasure back in the day did something very similar to this. I mean,
Mhm.
not exactly, but similar enough where the key is just to make it like you were even saying like earlier, like just not don't hyper financialize it where like people are
Mhm.
incentivized just to like come in and farm like making spawns.
Yeah.
Like you want to do it in a way where like like most people are going to create their own, but like if there are people that want to just pop in and like buy
Mhm.
when they're able to, and hopefully like the market stays like we just have to create the supply and the dynamic and
Mhm.
the like sinks more or less like the NFT sinks and the like player sinks in a very specific way where you can determine like what the price should be like over a long period of time, and hopefully like it slowly and organically like grows, like maybe the already spawned NFTs or like the already trained ones at 18 years old are worth like $10, and maybe ones that are about to be 60 are worth like $2, so like you just want to create like a very specific dynamic where price is feasible and like makes sense. And
Mhm.
then just don't over incentivize people to come in and farm. Of course, like you can do that, and like you can try and drive super engagement and like try and be the biggest fucking game in the Philippines, like Axie, or like like some of those other
Yeah.
like play to earn games. But of course, like you really don't want it to feel like play to earn. Like you just want people to like come, like they get their original, already 18, already trained motherfucker, but that one eventually dies. When he dies, like if you didn't create a spawn with that, then like you have to buy another one. Like that's sort of the dynamic. But I guess like with a Farcaster account that works really well. If it's
Mhm.
outside of Farcaster, it's not like you can be like, oh, like every new wallet gets a free one. Like the dynamics would be different. But since this is like Farcaster and Farcaster native, you can do something like that since there is a level of like civil resistance. I mean,
Mhm.
and even if people like go create a bunch of new Farcaster accounts just to like get a bunch of free of those like original like already 18 like ready to go, then you can just like soul bound those like the ones that you
Yeah.
give to like the original ones, and then you're good to go. So civil resistance is like, it's a bitch, but it's always manageable.
Uh, that's that's definitely like a good idea, to be honest. Like I didn't think about it that way, but that's like a very good idea to have kind of that mechanic where some people would be like just kind of farming the Hazan from 0 to 18. And since like they age in one real day, I think that's a cool thing because
Dude,
they
that's
might,
perfect.
yeah, that's perfect because like some people just want to like get going, right? Like
Hmm.
if you give them like 3 or 4 to get started in the beginning, which is like definitely necessary.
Hmm.
After that, they need like a new Hazan, and like they might just say like, "Oh, I don't want to wait 18 days. I just want to like get one," or someone is like competing like a high level, and they can like just get like the best one they can get on the market, obviously.
Exactly, exactly. I
But
mean,
some
of
will
course.
be just training them like hard to get the best. I'm
Mhm.
sure some people will be min maxing them for sure.
Well, dude, this is really interesting because I like the like 18 and 60. It feels like kind of arbitrary, but at the end of the day, like first of all, like 60 is like 2 months, so like you play with these characters like, every 2 months. It's like a season more or less. And if you miss like training every day, like let's say it's at 0, you train them now 1, like next day goes by, it's 1, and you forget to train them, like still gonna be
Mhm.
like the same experience, but like gonna move on to like 2 years old. So if you like spend 18 days not training your spawn, then now by the time he's 18 and you go try and battle, it's gonna be like a lot harder for you, and you have to like
Yep.
like actually like battle more to get more experience, or like maybe there is like some way to train once you do get to that level.
Mhm.
So like there is a really interesting dynamic here where people have an incentive to come back every day, like to make sure that their like spawn is being trained, and
Yep.
but it's not too like, you don't feel like if you like miss the day, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm never playing this game again. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're like, because eventually your spawn dies at 60, or if you really care that much, you buy one, like you said. So it's, you just got to create this dynamic in a way where like people actually do want to do it, and like you don't necessarily have to deter farmers, but you just don't
Mhm.
over incentivize them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like balancing is definitely one of the main challenges of creating a game, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like that nice balance, and definitely you don't want to like just make it like mandatory to like be showing up every day, but like maybe like a small advantage for the ones showing up every day, but like for everyone else who have like normal lives who cannot be showing up every
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to deter them, but
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
you,
To have kind of like a balanced system that makes everyone happy and everyone will be like enjoying like playing it. So yeah, it's definitely a very interesting thing right now that you mention it, to not start from like 18, but like start from 0 or 1. And like I say it's summon, obviously like you can have your Hazan mating or whatever. I didn't want to have that in the game. That's why I just called it summon. using some scrolls or whatever. But we can change the lore, right? Like right now, just trying to figure out like how the lore fits with the game and how the game fits with the lore. So
Hey, bro,
uh,
that's why we're here.
exactly, like just figuring out all of these things, I think like is
I'm really
cool. And
glad you took me up on my offer. I was I mean, I know you were sounding serious like in person when you're like, yeah, no,
yeah,
I'm super down to do this. So like
yeah.
I literally was like I was like, yo, I really hope he generally does want to come on because this would be sick to jam about and now we're here.
I'm happy you made the offer, man. Like, thank you for welcoming me to do it. Like, yeah,
Of
happy to
course.
be on. If anybody is watching this and you have some ideas about the game, feel free to DM me, both on X or a Farcaster. Like, I will be happy to hear all your thoughts on things that could be cool in the game. And yeah, thank you, Luciano, for your thoughts. I like right now. I'm like considering how to like put that in the MVP. So it's like uh, a cool, fun thing to have from the get go.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. And everyone in the comments, feel free to throw those base names in the chat. If you don't have a base name, DM me. I'll help you get a base name. Send your ENS, send your ETH address. We'll eventually get you some POAPs and some other interesting, fun things. And if you have any questions or comments or feedback for Zach here, or for anything about Hassan, Legacy, etc., feel free to throw in the comments, and I'll surface it for Zach. All right.
So
Let's keep going through this. So we got the game loop down. Now the world and systems. World and system are the cakes and shared across player or text and shared across player mission change based on location. What do you mean? What do you mean based on location?
location was a thing that I already removed from the game. I was thinking about having the clans with it like in a map, and you can see like your neighbors in a map. But I thought I
Like
will
Pokemon
not
Go
put
shit?
what's that?
Like Pokemon Go shit?
I think so, like something like that. Just have it like a general map where like you see the clans in like a grid near you. But I thought that's not gonna fit in the MVP, so I just thought we'll just do like these Echo Wells missions, and they don't have to be like in a sort of on a map, but rather you can just like do them directly. Like you just press a button. You don't need to like have your Hazan traveling like for a certain amount of time to get there. I was thinking like to have like a whole mechanic around like locations, but right
Hmm.
now I'm just thinking to like keep it as simple as possible and just have them like sort of teleport directly there. I mean, not teleport, but they can just like do them, I would say. So
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
these things I already caught, like all of these things that I wanted.
No, I'm
And
just
just
like I'm trying to think about it. It's really not a bad idea. Like
Mhm.
who's around you, especially for like I guess maybe not maybe PvE, maybe not PvP. The Echo Wells might make sense. But of course, like you can't do location until fucking like mass adoption.
Yeah.
Like you need to have a shitload of users all around in the same place to like really
Mhm.
make it make sense.
Yeah, yeah. And if someone starts stops playing, then eventually you will have like one person, like one early user, and around them it's like goes down. So like that's not that's not gonna work. But that's like as much thought that I put into it, I would say. So I just say like this feels like there is too many ifs around location. Might as well just make it like simple, everyone can teleport and there is not really like a concept of location.
Mm.
But what do you think? Like, do you think it's like worth it to have your Farcaster neighbor around you that you can like attack every now and then?
Okay, okay, that would be so fun. But you'd have like your neighbor should be like who was next to you on like the rewards leaderboard that week, or
Hmm.
uh like who like you know what I mean? Like it,
Like
it
movie location.
yeah, well, you need to have like your left and your right neighbor, right? And like everyone has like a Nanar score. Everyone's on the reward leaderboard in some way. So if like the people next to you are, you know what I mean, just like in some way, shape, or form, like you're in between them in some Farcaster analytics, like that I think would be the most fun thing. And maybe it's even as simple as like on the like your mini game leaderboard. Like that's probably the easiest thing to do. Because that way like those people actually play the game. So if you are playing the game, you'll be on the leaderboard somewhere, and then your neighbors will just end up being the people ahead of you and below you. And as you beat them or
Yeah,
you lose to them, that will help your rank go up and down.
that is a sick idea too. Like just having like a kind of gamifying that leaderboard as well, so it's not just like a boring static leaderboard, but like your neighbors are like your the five ones above you and the five ones below you or something like that.
Exactly, exactly.
You can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like fight them to go up.
Well,
I
well,
think that was cool. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's like some Rocket League shit. It's not exactly how like these other games do it, but
yeah,
it's similar enough to like, if you want to break out of your league, you got to play people somewhat near you. But like, for PvP, for example, it will automatically find people at the experience of that spawn, which will make it more equal, more fair for everyone, and won't make people quit who don't play as often. So, but in regards to like location, like maybe like that's who you're competing against for in the Echo Wells or something like that.
yeah. We can give it another name, but yeah, just like doing kind of like clan
Whatever.
against clan, uh, like on the leaderboard. Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea to do actually. Uh, like I'll need like a few days after our conversation today to like put these
Hey, you better be
like
writing down all my ideas there. I don't want them to slip out.
No, definitely. Like, I'm thinking about them right now, and like, I see all these thoughts in my mind, like just moving around. Because, like, oh yeah, we can do it this way. Because, like, it sounds more interesting actually to do it this way.
I think so. Well, it's just it's a simple and obvious enough way that like it most likely will work. So it's worth
Mm.
it's worth trying.
Yep, totally. Um, yeah, so NFT, the NFT part, obviously, I don't think we will have the full trade metadata. Okay, I wrote this light paper probably like a month or two ago, so like a lot of things like I already like changed or didn't think too much about since then, but I'm just like revisiting it right now with you. But yeah, NFT part stays. I would love to have like some mechanics that make sense, obviously around scrolls and summoning Hazan. So kind of having like different qualities of scrolls or like building the scrolls or kind of just to have more items going around, not only like the warriors.
Hmm.
But for now, for the MVP, I'm just thinking like there will not be anything related to scrolls, like nothing, no deep mechanics around them. Just keep it like for now. Just I use scrolls to summon Hazan and pretty much that. Echo cards, I would say like probably is a concept that I would not do anymore. Just mostly like having kind of like the NFTs will stay and like you can revisit the Hazan. One thing that will want to have down the road is kind of like sort of bringing back a Hazan. Like if someone gets too attached to one of their Hazan, they can just like sort of have them
Dude,
come
wait, dude,
back.
that's one of the token sinks for sure. Is like instead of like getting a new spawn, you pay like in that token or whatever the fuck is
Yeah.
to bring it back. Like that is actually how you create the economy.
Yeah, totally. We I would love to have something like that in. It just it
Well,
just
because
should not be
this is
just
how
like pay to
this is how
get it.
you well, this is
Just
how you
yeah.
differentiate like playing for free versus not, because like the game should be like you
Mhm,
want the base game to be like like playable for free. You want that to be the
mhm,
standard, and you want that to be like even what I would do. Like I even let's say I have no problem paying to revive one. I still like would rather like start fresh and just like rebuild the character. You know
mhm.
what I mean? Like that should just be a part of the experience and the process. But there are those people that are like, yo, I put so much time and effort into this spawn, like I know it died, but like let me just pay, like 10
Yeah,
tokens and like get it back, or like let me burn my other spawns, or you know what I mean, like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
some sort of sync. And then of course like they do that instead of like spawning, training 18 days, like etc.
Mhm. Yeah, totally. Should definitely have something like that. I would love for it to not be like just pay to do it, but more like have a you can pay, but like have a like sort of mini challenge to bring him back or something like that. I don't know. That needs some more thought, but yeah, definitely like bringing back Hazan in one way or another, either from like kind of like bringing them back as a baby form or like adult form, or like at their peak, for example. Definitely something that I would love to have in the game.
Dude,
um,
it's incredible. Monetization,
um,
we've just started talking about too. Oh, was there more NFT utility? Cosmetic or ritual items may be dropped in loot boxes. Okay, yeah, easy. That's an
Loot
incentive going like
boxes.
the Echo Wells, for example.
Yeah, for Echo Wells, they should definitely like drop like points or scroll shards or things like that. I still haven't thought too much about like what could be the most interesting things there, but I will need to sometimes sit down and think about like kind of how the all the items kind of flow and the economy flows. So it all makes sense, and it all like follows like a tight kind of logic instead of things just being like all over the place. But yeah, definitely like some cosmetic things we can have, um, some more extra things, like items definitely not fitting in the MVP, but this is definitely something I would love to have like down the road for sure.
I absolutely love it. We're gonna pause there real quick, and we're gonna get right back to it. How much more is in that doc? I'm just curious.
We are reaching kind of like
Okay, but that's basically then. And we've gone over most of it. I think. Let me see, just real quick. Yeah, the monetization we pretty much went over and built on. Okay, great. Yeah, the built on we kind of know. Future plans we'll continue to talk about, and so we'll kind of recap some of this, and then we'll get right into live coding. But first, let me introduce Lopez, who is now with us on stage.
Hey, Lopez.
Hello everyone. Nice to meet
¿Cómo
you.
estás?
Nice to meet you. One of my best friends on Warpcast, by the way.
Seriously, you guys like already interact with each other, know each other?
Yeah, often.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, great. I had no idea. I literally just message people on Farcaster and ask if they want to come on. So like I have no
Yeah.
idea like what the relationships are of most people that I bring on. I just hope people are cordial.
Yeah, mostly I don't even remember my own my own interaction. So
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. That's really how it be. It's honestly hard to. We interact with so many people all day long. It's
Yeah.
like, not just on Farcaster. Amazing. So Lopez, we just kind of went over what Zach's been building with Hassan Legacy. We're going in right after we go over sort of what you're working on, we're gonna get into a live coding session. So feel free to like vibe out with us and live code as well. Zach's gonna be building out more functionality and features for Hassan. So that's literally what we're going to be spending the next several hours doing. So feel free to stay with us for as long or as little as you like. But first, like, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and what you're working on.
sure, thanks. I'm Lopez, but you can say Lopez or whatever you want. I'm a Spanish software developer, and I've been fully on chain basically for the last year and a half. Right now, I'm basically building mini apps for Farcaster. The first thing that I completed was for base batches, and it is a
Hey,
all-in-one payments mini app. I don't know if it will do something, but right now the development is frozen because due to the review period of base batches. So we'll keep developing right after.
got it.
And I
That
think
makes
I
sense.
can present, right?
Yeah. there's a little button down at the bottom that says present, and you can either share your screen, or if you have slides downloaded, feel free to do that as well. Yeah, base batches is incredible. I mean, the first build-a-thon that they ran in this way. I just added your screen to the stage, and now
Okay, sorry
everyone
for
can
that.
see.
I'm
No,
going
just make
to
as long as you don't bring up any seed phrases, we'll be all right.
Yeah, okay. This is WordPay. It's the stage I
Nice.
presented to base batches.
Dude, this is
I'm
sick.
going
The
to
UI is sleek as fuck.
What did you say?
The UI is sleek as fuck. This is really
Oh
nice.
yeah. I try always to make simple and nice UIs because I like it. I've been in software development for 7 or 8 years
Mhm.
professionally, and I know how lazy people is. We all want to have it easy and one
An
click.
instant. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
basically, that's what I'm building.
are you more front end or back end?
I've been more on backend on the professional side because the works I've done were more on that side. But I've done everything. I was full stack for many years. I don't like the term full stack, but it's what people know.
Yeah, that's why I like say like more one or more together, because I mean everyone kind of has to do both to some extent. So it's just like, what do you prefer to do?
Yeah, it's always nicer working on the front side because it's more visual. But I'm also a backend guy.
I love it. What is like the biggest challenge you ran into when building this?
I think it's probably the forecasting interactions because to everything else I was already familiar to the
What
last
do you mean by
year.
that? What do you mean forecaster interactions or like integrations? You mean?
Like, for example, on the airdrop side, you
Mhm.
can load all your followers and following and airdrop to them. These APIs are not very well documented in most of the
Yeah.
cases.
Yes. Okay, that makes
as,
sense.
as it's usual. But all the on-chain part, because and I have a contract that is working for schedule and airdrop parts, and I had a lot of contracts already done, so the on-chain part was easier for me than the Farcaster integration.
What's the schedule there?
The scheduler is basically that you can make a payment later in time.
Oh, fire.
So you schedule it, you can make it one time or cyclic or
Yeah, yeah.
repetitive, I mean, and it will execute the number of times you want over time when you want, obviously.
Dude, I love
And
it.
this is meant to be automatic, but I came with this earn section where basically people have 15 minutes to make the transactions, the scheduled transactions themselves for 1% of the total pot. You know, so people when you want to send, for example, one USDC, you will send $1.03 for the fees. 2% is for the platform, and 1% is for the executor of the transaction. If in 15 minutes no one executes, then it will be automatic. Right now, the automatic part of notification for people knowing that there is a new payment to do or to execute, better said,
Hmm.
it's not available right now. I couldn't complete it on time for the base budget period, but
Yeah.
I plan to work on this.
Oh, dude, that's super fun. That is really fun. And yes, you're more or less gonna like sort of gamify that experience and make that like the main like the driver outside of the like features you already have.
Yeah, if there are people
Love
scheduling, it would be fine because people will come to earn. But the difficult part is getting people scheduling stuff.
it. Yeah, 100%. But I mean, there has to be some sort of way where people want to make payments to someone or to something, and if you could just find like that niche, then and sort of make your product the reason how people do that. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is even just like finding like paying people's like AWS for AWS credits, or like something that like people do super often, like even like API credits, or like an AI whatever fucking AI model they run, something like that, where it's very obvious that people have to pay for this thing. I guess like how routing that money to an address will actually pay for whatever it is that they want to pay for is a whole different game. But I think that is like kind of how people would use that more than at least consistently, sustainably, and like obviously you would see growth over time in that usage. I'd love to like talk more about the airdrop thing a little bit though. So the way that it currently works is like this is for other people to be sending airdrops, right?
Yeah, it's
Like
basically for easily sending tokens, any token or Ethereum to your friends or followers following. You can also use the CSV or manual sections where you can basically input any wallet or Farcaster user or ENS or base name, and then you will do it. I mean, it will be easily, you can put one here and there's one here, and then you decide the amount, and it will drop to all of them in only one transaction.
I think this is one of the coolest UIs I've seen for doing this. Actually, I know I've seen a couple other, and I know like some people are also working on similar things, but like this is a really really cool product, and it's necessary. We all need a way to be able to just like instantly drop in like the sleekest possible UI. So really appreciate you building this. And I asked because it feels like when you look at it, it feels like claiming airdrops. Like when you look at like Moon Poppy and like eggs and like all this shit, you're like, oh, so I click on that and I like claim my airdrop from that thing. But it's like no. Like you don't even need to go that route. You don't need to add like claims from airdrops. Just let people fucking create airdrops straight from there.
Yeah, it's direct. I mean, you can just select a few people or even randomly do it. For example, if I want to select 20 randomly people from my followers, I'll just do this and select 20 randomly, and that's it.
Incredible. Yeah,
There's
that's
one here, but if I do it again, it will be different ones, and I have a lot, but
yeah.
it will load everyone and do it randomly between all of them.
So if you click on one of your followers, does it like can you like scroll through your followers? Nice, dude. That is fucking sick, bro. That is
Yeah,
so
you
sick. Holy
can
shit.
manually edit the list and even search. For example, if I want to search anyone, I don't remember your.
It's just Luciano. Yeah,
It was. I don't find it, but you can search anyone and select it or deselect him or whatever you want.
dude.
And the list that you create here through the random or through
Let me make sure I follow you and shit.
abbreviations
That might be why.
will be the list that you send the airdrop. You just need to put an amount and select if you want to do USDC or Ethereum or select a token directly from your wallet. For example, this is loading my tokens, the tokens I have in my wallet.
Oh, fire. Oh, super fire. I
If
just I just followed you back. I'm not
X,
sure if that was one of the issues, but
I will do X,
so
for example, and put one egg for everyone and just send, and that's it.
and so it's only tokens though. Like you can't do like NFTs or anything like that yet.
Yeah, right now it's tokens or Ethereum. You can do any native. For example, I am already working
Hey,
on one testnet and there is Mon instead ETH. But yeah, any
that's
native
actually super funny. Yeah, I love
ERC20
that,
tokens right now.
dude. That actually makes me want to create some random token on Monad Tesla and just fucking airdrop it to everyone for fun.
Yeah, that's the fun thing of airdrops, right?
Yeah, but you can't like if people do Monad Tesla, do you still take a 2% fee?
Yeah, it's the same contract, but uploaded for
But you
both
pay
networks.
in ETH, USDC, or like Monad Testnet in that case.
Yeah, it's the same fee, any option and any chain. Right now, the contracts are only on Base and Monad testnet,
Got it.
That's why scheduler and airdrops option
So,
are
so
only
just to
there.
clarify, like if I do an airdrop on Monad Testnet, I'm paying in Monad Testnet, like paying the 2% fee in Monad Testnet.
No. The fee is if you use a token, the token should be the payment. It's
Got
only
it.
2% of whatever you're sending.
Got it. Okay, so if I'm sending people Monad Testnet, then it would be 2% of the Monad Testnet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's sick. That's fire, dude. I absolutely love it. There's something about the like the 3% to that goes like free like 0%, 3%, then 2% that really pisses me off. Like just because it should be like 0, 0, 2, 3, you know. But that's but I actually do think it makes more sense to put like schedule first. But that's totally just a random stupid opinion that I have.
I take every opinion and I always think about everything.
No, but like in all seriousness, like this is fucking sick. I really do love how smooth it is. Like I can't even believe how responsive it is either. Like how fast you're clicking through, and I mean it's so simple. Everything is right in front of you. It's I mean there's no way you could simplify this anymore.
Yeah, and it's integrated into the
Nice. You
into
can
the
even
feed.
generate a link.
For
Wait,
example,
can you send
if
yeah.
you
Yeah,
cast the link, it
Can you
will
can you cast that
load.
actually just for shits and giggles? Because I'm gonna go check it out. I'll go recast it
Sure.
right now. I just want to see it from my perspective.
There is the cast.
Nice. I'm gonna go check it out. I
And
want
you
to
should
check out
send the
both.
one USDC. All of you should.
I'm actually gonna do it. So
Make it 10. You can easily
I'm
change
testing it out
here.
right
And
now for everyone to see. So, one USDC. What if I send something else?
you can easily put 1,000 or whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Easily
10,000.
changeable.
Sending
And
token.
right
Confirming.
now I'm also working in a chat mini app. It's basically the same UI, sorry, than WordPay, but it's going to be a wallet-to-wallet chat.
All right, I found my first bug. It's not even really a real bug, but when I went to go share the fact that I paid you, it took me to the Warpcast app, like to go download the Warpcast app.
Oh, okay, I'll watch this because I think you're the first person using those buttons.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
I will check that. Probably there is some bug around. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure it's chill. But dude, that was super cool. I'm gonna go. I just want to go check the UI one more time. I want to go back through it. Warp pay me 1 USDC, and just to confirm, you did receive the USDC, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna go check my Warpcast wallet and
I don't even
confirm.
know what's the wallet. I think is this one. So
Oh
I
word,
will check.
I sent you. I did it twice by accident. I sent you. I
The
thought the
scan.
first one wasn't approved, and I just clicked and I wasn't even paying attention, but they were both confirmed. So I
Yeah, I
sent
got
you
them. You can
two
see
USDC, baby. I
one
will say
USDC
it might make
times.
sense to do. It might make sense to change the UI. I mean, I did get the complete transaction after, so like it might not be even necessary to do this, but you maybe should change the UI like once that like the link that's been generated has been completed, maybe just like transaction completed or something at the top, other than like the successful transaction message. But also you don't necessarily need to do that because it is kind of cool that like you generate the link for someone, yeah, they do send you the 1 USDC whatever, but they can also like send you something else, like use that same page to do whatever the fuck they want, in terms of what they want to send you, how much they want to send you, etc.
Yeah, totally.
Dude, super cool. I absolutely love it. Yeah, somebody in the comments goes, it's actually super smooth, not gonna lie. And then he also laughed at the fact he said 1,000. 1,000 USDC. You know what? I respect game. I really do. I thought about it. I'm like, do I send 1,000 USDC?
I pay rent.
Yeah. Let's get Base to sponsor more of these home-based live workshops, and then we can hopefully give you guys some money to siege your next builds.
Sure, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, let's fucking get it. So is there any last thing you want to talk about WarPay, any inspiration or how you're sort of feeling about the base batches build, or maybe what comes next?
What comes next is Pingate. It's what I was trying to talk. It's just a chat, wallet to wallet, and encrypted. It uses XMPP, which is an already stated chatting system, wallet to wallet. And I'm
Nice. Yep.
going to build a kind of servicing where you can offer your inbox like a service or directly chat to anyone to any NES base name or wallet. It's basically a chatting concept with a built-in services and reviews and explore section for all the people offering those services. And I'm building this for base batches messaging that they started right after finishing the other, I don't know how to call it, the other version of base batches. And I'm building this now for it.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, this is so fucking interesting.
Yeah, it's right. You can, sorry for the messages, but this is how I test. Motherfucker, hello bitch, and
Nice,
there.
nice. Great testing. Great testing.
I'm just with the basics and setting all the chats and all the system, but I already have a contract, and I hope this goes well.
No, I
As well.
think you only have one real problem in terms of branding now that Warpcast is changing to Farcaster, and I'm not sure if there's something already called Farpay, but it's definitely worth thinking about calling it Farpay just because it's so fucking sleek that it feels like Farcaster's like it feels like the Farcaster team built this shit. However, that being said, Warpay is still a really good name for like a payments app, so you don't even
Yeah,
necessarily
man.
need
I'm
to.
I'm on the same thoughts as you because I
Okay, good.
also like WarPay and I also thought about FairPay, but I don't know. I might just keep it like this and be like an OG of Warpcast.
Well, and also differentiates enough where like FarPay is just like, oh man, another Far something,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
well, WarPay like doesn't even seem like it's for Warpcast. Actually, like if it was like WarPay, I don't know, like it just feels like warps. Like I don't know, there's something about it that just like it seems like
yeah.
a trad like Web2 company would call that would like use that.
Also like that. Yeah.
So it's I think it works. Yeah, I do think it works. But I had to make at least, the comment slash joke that that it will now be Farpay.
Yeah, man.
um that's fucking amazing. Thank you so much for sharing and joining. If there's anything else you'd like to share with us or, talk about, let's do it now.
Just give my thanks because I really appreciate being here today and talk to you about what I'm building. That's the only thing I do lately, so it's nice talking with someone about it
I
because my girlfriend is already burned about this.
Yes, dude. No, I mean that's literally why I do this. Like, it's really important to just be able to connect with builders on what they're working on, get you guys like instant feedback, not only from me but people in the comments, and so you guys can start iterating more and more. And then it's also instant distribution as well. So sometimes we have more viewers than others, and these people all more or less are on Farcaster or adjacent. So it's a really easy way just to start getting your app out there and getting good feedback on it. So really appreciate you for coming on, and especially on such short notice. I think we literally ended up deciding you're going to come on. Like we talked about it a couple days ago, but I think we literally decided today. So like super glad that you can make it work, make it happen, and love to have you on again in the future, especially as you continue building. And last thing, feel free to like hit me up if you want to come on to live code. Me and Zach here are literally going to spend the next few hours fucking live coding and building out this mini app slash mini game that he wants to build. So however I can be of service to you, just let me know. Just think of Homebase as a resource. We're just a community of people, and you're part of that community. So you're just as much a part of Homebase as I am.
Sure, appreciate it a lot, and I'm staying here.
Yo,
I don't
fuck yeah.
know if for 2 hours, but I'm staying.
Yo, fuck yeah. Okay, bet. Yeah, feel free to participate as much or as little as you like. And Zach, I say let's go bring that fucking doc back up real quick just to do a little recap about what we already talked about. Some of the ideas that we spit. I don't know if you've had time to like open up a new doc or like to start writing down some of the things that we've talked about, but I feel like, we're getting to that point. I feel like there's too many ideas floating around now that we're gonna start writing some of this shit down.
Sure. Yeah. Let me share my screen again, and yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So can you guys see my screen? All right. So we left it here really, like at the future plans and
Yes, yes.
what will hopefully be fitting after the MVP and going forward. And yeah, like uh, I would love to just directly like if you want dive into the code, um, see. Oh yeah, before we dive into the code, I would love to show like what I already built, what's already there, and yeah, go from there.
Fuck yeah, let's fucking do it.
All right. So, yeah. So this is currently how it looks like.
By
Talking
the
about
way,
UIs.
Samuel Huber is blowing you up. When I went to go check like the Warpcast link that he posted, I
Yeah.
literally just see like a ton of tags from Sam and Co. talking about how you're live right now, because we did jump like probably like 30 plus viewers in a very short period of time. So
Sam
just
is
know
the
that the
man.
team's watching.
Sam is the man. Yeah, totally appreciate what he does. So,
We
yeah.
all do.
Yeah. So, like, this is the first screen that kind of like
I'm gonna make
should.
it full screen for everyone, so they won't be able to see us for a little bit, just so everyone
Okay.
can focus on your screen and everyone can see.
All right. I'm pretty much already connected like with my Warpcast to the app, so that's why it says welcome back. But normally it's just
Yeah.
gonna be yeah, welcome, sign in into the next screen. But the first thing the player will do, and I hope it will work, because like I made a lot of changes right before our live because I wanted to prepare a few things to kind of like have some structure that like all the boring stuff that we don't have to do. But yeah,
Yo, good
hopefully it
call.
all works. But yeah, this is my handle on Farcaster. So DEVZL. You can
Everyone
find
go follow.
follow me. Send me some DMs with your ideas. I would love to like hear everything. Like we
And send them some USDC with WarPay.
send some USDC with WordPay. Yeah, so yeah, we already got like some really nice ideas in the first part of this live. If you guys have any more ideas, feel free to shoot them. I would love to kind of like have more brainstorming happening, like but yeah, so simple kind of interface for now, just like says 5 Hazan have gathered to form a clan and you will be kind of like the leader. This normally like in a previous version I had it showing like random people from Farcaster, but right now I just left it to like random um like faces. But normally like later on, if you have like some friends playing the game, it will show here. So kind of like the social layer that I already spoke about, that should be kind of leveraged here too. So we can call it like super awesome clan, and I'll just use this to form it. So the next screen, obviously, I don't have like the UI for it yet. I just have a placeholder here. But basically, like the player will get like an extra Hazan, just to kind of show that opening a scroll mechanic. Obviously, if we do the changes that you suggested, Luciano, we might like have it like slightly different. Like, oh, you get an adult Hazan, but maybe they could get also like a baby Hazan, like a 1 year old, and they can like train it after, like whichever we want to encourage, I would say. But yeah, player opens the scroll and you like hit the screen. Obviously, like this is still using like kind of placeholder data. For now, I'm thinking about like the point system, some scroll shards that the player can use to form scrolls, and some summon Hazan. But this is kind of like the basic layout that I'm thinking about. Obviously, the UI is not as good as we saw in the previous project, but hopefully later on it's gonna get a little bit better.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now Echo Wells is kind of like the main part. Obviously we will have a daily ritual. Right now we just like you pay some points to get it, but like maybe it could be a little bit more interesting than this. We will have a leaderboard, obviously, and as we spoke, it might be like very interesting to have like the leaderboard very much kind of like integral to how like the game functions and how it plays out. Another thing that will be cool to have like some sort of word events. I was thinking about the Shinmei trials, but I still do not know which mechanic we can have there. Maybe it could be like a championship, or like sort of like a different kind of like ranking happening there. We can play around with that. Like if you have any ideas, happy to hear. And this is like your Hazan. For now, I'm just using like this kind of randomly generated ugly pixel art. Very simple, but hopefully we can like in this session today change it to be these actually. So well, I kind of already have like the graphics for this one, and I think like the first thing that I would want to do like live code is like having these generated from like the pieces of art that we have, and I will show you more about that soon, but that will be like a cool thing to do today. And yeah, like I still left like a train button or a send. I was thinking about sending on a mission, but maybe like these two will be like removed. You can see like their level as well. It's out of 100 right now. They're like 45. Probably should remove also like the floating, like the decimals. It doesn't make sense to have. But yeah, they have their age. Obviously, they will grow older. And I think like this is the one that comes from the scroll, which is like I made it to be a little bit more powerful. So like people like kind of encouraged to open scrolls, but for now we just like kind of like still just basic kind of structure that I put in place, and all of these mechanics are still not like working or not working together at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another part is obviously like transferring Hazan, like the sell-in, buy-in, from other players. It could be as simple as like, okay, you convert it to an NFT and like just trade it on um, like OpenSea or any other platform and that sort of things. Like we might not even need to like implement those features, and just have like people sort of trade them on their own. Maybe outside of the mini app or maybe inside of it. We'll see. Like whatever is whatever people like, I would say that I don't have like a strong opinion whatsoever there. Like store shrine, those are like kind of features that I don't think will be like within the MVP. Definitely not the shrine, maybe the like the store, and it kind of like complements the transfer of Hazan, like the buy-in and sell-in. But yeah, these are kind of like the main things that I see so far. And yeah, I would love to just do some vibe coding with Cursor. Like I was at FarCon and everyone is talking about Cursor, and I've been using it for the past 2 weeks. I think it's like pretty cool to like
It's
scaffold
it's
scaffold
amazing.
some. It's like I tried it a year ago. It was not interesting, but right now it's like it feels super cool to use. Like it allows one to like just build things so much faster.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely cracked. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's I would say let's put it to the test and try to kind of generate like these portraits that we wanna generate. And
Here we go, baby.
let's go. So under packages, can you see my ID? Can you see my editor?
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, so under packages shared in this code base, we have like the female and male portraits. Obviously, you can see like they are broken down into like the beards, the clothing, and what else? The eyes. I didn't vet properly if like these were made all the way properly, but we'll discover that during this call and figure that out during this live. If it all works out properly. So, like this part, I didn't like plan anything. I just want to like make it happen. So as you can see, like these are done in like a grayscale. So the idea is to be able to like change the colors. So there is like more possibilities for kind of like for customization and having like kind of unique Hazan. So even the male, like even the bodies are like in a grayscale, so we can use them. Uh, so yeah, I kind of created a script yesterday just to collect all these colors and sort of use them to generate this file with all like the colors, the grayscale colors within the portraits. The idea is to replace all these colors with different ones. So instead of gray, use like something red or yellow, etc. So so yeah. Let's see if we can use this file and generate like portraits from these files that we have. And yeah, let's start directly vibe coding. I would say we open our
Yes.
command L
Yes.
and it gets us here. So
I can't wait because like Lopez is gonna jump in and just be like, "Yo, that's not how you should be doing
yeah, I
it."
love if he jumps in and just say like, "Oh, you're stupid, man." Just like that.
I can't wait. Yeah. Oh, did we lose him? I think we may have lost him. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back very soon, right as we get the coding session started. Maybe Cursor crashed his computer. It's very likely, very possible. There he goes. All right. And Lopez, I'm not sure if you're there, but Zach may have just dropped.
I'm here.
Nice. Right as we were getting into the coding.
Probably just the connection cut off, right?
No, definitely. Yeah, he froze and it's the way it be. I hope he can get his internet back up pretty soon. I'm sure he'll be back any minute. So until then, everyone stay tuned. Make sure you're sending your base names in the chat. If you have not sent your base name into the chat yet, feel free to do that now. If you do not have a base name, DM me or send your ENS, your ETH address, etc. Did you get to catch any of Hassan? I mean, I guess it might have been a little confusing from what you've heard so far because we went into a deep dive about it prior to you being on, so you might not have enough context to provide any sort of feedback on it, but it is a really interesting idea.
Yeah, what I've said, so it's pretty interesting. I mean, I like it, and then the use case for today is great.
Yeah, I think I think it'll be perfect. It's opens up a lot of possibilities. Let's see if he messaged me. All right. Looks like he'll be hopping back on any minutes.
Are you a developer, Luciano?
The thing is, I consider myself to be a one-times developer at best. So, and there's much better 100 times plus developers out there. So, I found that my value is in connecting developers and helping them not only get distribution but also bring a real product to market. So I prefer not, I guess not even necessarily prefer, but my skill set is much more suited for hosting these live streams than doing the building myself. Of course, I have Cursor, and of course, I love vibe coding random shit, but um, my coding skills are just like piss poor comparatively to most devs in the space. So it's just like it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to let the ones who do the work, who do the hard work, to be the ones that do the hard work.
Yeah, and probably your part is even more important because you can be very skilled. If you don't have the marketing part, it's useful. It's
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
useless. Sorry.
How many
Yeah.
devs do you know that actually like get real distribution? I mean, that's only something that happened in Web 2 where like very select few of devs started building a following on social media, etc. And that's how they like actually grew their product or their startup. And of course, like that's not enough. Like distribution is like secondary to having a good product, but it's still very necessary. So it's really hard for most devs to focus on both. That's why it takes a team of people to go to market and to actually execute on most of these ideas. But that's why I try and be that. Like most devs in crypto are indie developers. Like you shouldn't expect people to have to like build this massive following at the same time while they're like trying to build something. So I think like this is where Homebase comes in, and we can hopefully be that tool for you guys to not only like build distribution, but just be like a platform to jump off of.
Yeah, it is really nice. I like it.
Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, your comment was hilarious, dude. So if anyone wants to hear this, basically, I was already shilling war pay for Zach for you guys to pay Zach in USDC. And brother message in the comments, he goes, I was in the bathroom, heard war pay in the distance, and I go, that's home base for you. And then he goes, you are the master. So I really appreciate that. I am the master of none. I love it though. This is why we're here, and it's really important that we get people to start using these products or using mini apps more. At least people do use mini apps. There's plenty of other app stores out there, like the World Chain App Store, that just don't get real usage. The only apps that get built are airdrop farming. So it's really important that like we're in this ecosystem that has real consumer applications, games, etc. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Kartik from ETH Global, if you've seen his mini app, but it's essentially a way for anyone in the entire world to buy a digital eSIM. So if you're traveling and you need a SIM card, even if you're not traveling and you don't have like a traditional plan or something like that, like really really useful product. The pricing is insane. I mean, he literally has found like the best like service providers that you literally can find, and put it all into a mini app for people just to like instantly pay some USDC for an eSIM. So I mean, can't really ask for more than this. It's we're in a really really special time.
Yeah,
I was
it's awesome.
sorry, guys. I
Go back.
was
No,
I
no,
don't
you're
know
welcome
how to
back.
go on for.
Oh wait, were you still like coding and shit?
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Oh god, dude, that's hilarious, bro. You've been gone for like 10 minutes. No, not 10 minutes. Like probably like 5 minutes.
Oh damn. Yeah, I was
And if
still
we
like
missed anything,
talking.
dude, you literally started coding and you froze and that
Yeah,
was it. I was gonna DC you, but I was like, oh no, like he'll be back. Like I'm sure he noticed,
yeah.
but that's hilarious. Didn't even notice. I love
I was
that.
starting to feel lonely, and I was like, oh, Luciano probably like talked by now, but like, oh, maybe it's like just watching.
Bro, that's so fucking funny. I'm glad that you realized and noticed though. It literally, I was like, it was like you opened cursor and it crashed your whole fucking laptop and
Wow.
or your desktop, and yeah, you were just frozen for a while, and then it dropped.
All right. Yeah. Should I proceed, or would
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talk?
no, like let's pretend
Sure.
like nothing happened.
That's
We
crazy.
were
I just
waiting for
like
you.
pay attention at all. I was just like into it
Dude,
already.
I love that. No, like that's actually like best case scenario. That means that like you were actually getting into it. You're actually fucking building, and like the audience
Yeah.
is going to be just as engaged as you are.
All right. So I'll just want to recap because like apparently you guys didn't hear anything since I from cursor.
Didn't hear, didn't see, nothing. Yeah, didn't know.
All right, so I was just like presenting this, which is kind of like just I'm not sure how much you heard, but the idea is to build these characters from scratch. So we will have like the hair, the scars, the mouth, the clothing, and just kind of want to build it with a script and just kind of generate them on the back end when the user kind of like summons a Hazan. So we have like these assets separated, and we have them here actually. And so as you can see in this folder, for example, we have like uh, we have the mouths, we have the necklaces, we have the beards, we have the eyes, the clothing. Obviously, it's all in grayscale. So, what we will probably do, what we'll definitely need to do, is like to change them to be colors. But we decided to have them as like grayscale, just to kind of like be able to manipulate them easier. And for now, we have this. I created the script before the call, just kind of like pick up all the colors from these images. But we'll see if it's gonna be useful for us to create like a script that takes like example this 030303, which is like the colors that we the hexadecimal colors for a kind of like shade of gray, and turn it into like red, blue, or green, and have the script kind of like turning all of these at the same time to a different color. So it kind of makes sense. But for now, I still haven't like played around with this file yet. We will just assume that we will build the characters in grayscale first and see how it goes, right? And let me make sure that I'm still live again. And
Yes, you're good. I'm gonna DC you. Just yeah, keep your DCs open somewhere on your desktop in case
yeah,
it happens again, and I'll DC you and be like, yo, you're off. But I'll try and talk, as often as possible, just to make sure that I'm here and more here.
sure. Yeah, awesome. So I was writing this prompt to kind of like help us like build the portraits. Just we have them generated actually in this kind of models slash Hazan, which is kind of like the file that will take these um, like whenever the player gonna get a Hazan, this gonna generate their kind of like character. It's gonna generate the age, the ID, some other like stats, and also like the maximum stats. Obviously, I was thinking about this mechanic of having like maximum potential for each Hazan. It's still not implemented, but it's just like part of it, part of the code. Obviously, another thing is if we look at the Prisma file, which is kind of like the schema for our database, I've been like cutting a lot of things. So there is like the core stats here, the core stats potential, but I cut like a lot of the derived kind of stats. I wonder why they are not. I think maybe like the changes I made were not saved for some reason, because I made a lot of changes like right before this call, just in preparation. But these will definitely like remove from the MVP. I think it's like too complicated, and we want to like have it like as simple as possible. So we only will be caring about a 6 core stats for like the MVP, I would say. And I launched this prompt basically asking Cursor to, whenever a Hazan is being generated, to use these PNG files and build kind of a portrait, to also make sure that like prepare for color generation, but for now it's not necessary. And the other thing is kind of like building the portrait from the combination of all of them. So yeah, it just started doing its job. It found kind of where like how to create it. It already created this portrait generator from Canvas. We'll probably need to install this one. Obviously, it figured out like the structure of the portrait folder. So there is like beards, clothing, eyes, face tattoos, etc. And it's yeah. Let's see how it goes. So we are using Bun, so we will just change it here instead of npm. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Initially, we'll just save these locally just for testing purposes, but obviously in production, these files need to live on like a storage like S3 or Edge or something like that.
Got it. Yeah, so you're gonna try and run everything locally first.
Exactly. Right now, we would love to like just generate the portraits and make them available to the front end. And just for testing purposes, we don't need to host them anywhere, because we'll probably like the main thing we'll be doing is like changing something, running everything from scratch again, like deleting everything, and it's just gonna go on like that until we get to something like more mature. All right, but yeah, let's wait to see what Cursor will come up with. Yeah, as I mentioned, I was in FarCon and I spoke to a lot of people, and everyone was saying like they are using Cursor and or Windsurfer, and it seems that it's really good for like kind of like scaffolding like files like these. If you are working on like more complex code base, it's just gonna start making a mess. But for now, it's like I think it's a great tool for these kind of things.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not sure if Lopez has some best practices in mind.
I mean, I think he does. I can hear it right now. He just doesn't want to share. You know, it's just too competitive right now.
I'm here.
But he's still not sharing his best
I
practices.
I didn't use
I thought,
Cursor, but I've been using ChatGPT, and I don't know if there is much difference.
oh, there is
Yeah,
definitely a difference, in my opinion. Like ChatGPT helps a lot in a different way to get like started, but the fact that Cursor has like this agent thing here, it just kind of can get like context under your code super fast and
and you can
kind of
instantly put it to production, like with Cursor. Like Cursor can basically build you like a 10 out of 10 app if you can prompt it correctly.
I'm not sure about 10 out of 10, maybe like 6 out of 10.
Actually, not Cursor specifically. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I haven't had that experience with Cursor, but I saw Daryl was actually let me go find the cast because that actually made me think like, holy shit, is it possible to get a 10 out of 10 by like using this sort of like AI tooling? But you're right, yeah, Cursor is definitely not 10 out of 10. Like 6 out of 10 is more accurate. I'm looking up Daryl's cast right now because that's what even put the 10 out of 10 in my mind. It's called. Oh my god! Okay, it's Gemini's code assistant.
Oh yeah.
Gemini code assistant in Google AI Studio. And he said, he goes, my request absolutely knocked my request to build an Angular app out of the park. One shot it, nailed it, 10 out of 10. And I
Yeah.
literally was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And that's what made me think of that. But yes, I say thank you for correcting me, Zach, because Cursor is not that fucking good. But it is really, really useful. Like especially for someone like me who is like I said before, at best a one-time dev.
No, it's really useful. I've been seeing a lot of people who are not devs just like building things just because like now it's possible to do that.
Right. And I mean, like, it's more than possible. It's like it's just genuinely fun, and like you can really make something special happen, or at least get something started. So if you really do need someone else to help you bring it to the finish line, like, you know, totally understandable. But at least you can get halfway there.
Oh, sorry, I messed up. Yeah. Currently, like the first result we got doesn't make much sense unless like I'm not seeing what's happening on my screen. But we should, like, in an ideal world, Cursor should have came up with like a script to put all of these together, but we are not seeing anything now. So we're gonna need to iterate on it until we figure out how to first get like the portrait shown properly and then walk back from that. So okay, I can say the portrait ungenerated are not good, are not working, I would say. Um, so the canvas is meant to be 100x by 100x. And now it seems bigger. Let's see. So the canvas is meant to be 110 by 110. Now it's bigger. Can you adapt it to properly build the portrait? And let's see what it comes up with. Otherwise, we got to figure out a different approach. So instead of, oh yeah, it was going for 112 x 112. Right. I think that I want to do is just double check on the canvas of the items we have here. Okay, revealing finder. Okay, get info. I don't know if it gives the info here, more info. Oh yeah, 110 by 110. These are characters, canvas size. And portrait head. Okay, right. Let's see. Oh,
It's looking good. It's looking good.
yeah, we are making some progress. It's trying to get the right image size, so we needed to figure out how to properly layer them, and it should be useful. Right now I'm using Claude, but we can potentially change to Gemini. Maybe that the one, like sometimes depending on which kind of provider you are using, results might be different. I've been having like some good success with Claude 3.7. Sometimes it just goes crazy. But right now it's doing the job. We can definitely switch to Gemini if we are not getting some result. And after doing that, if we are still not getting like good result, it makes sense to actually start doing like proper coding and figure out like what's going wrong. But I'm hoping we can just like do it this way. Like I'd love to run for as long as possible with like the AI tools.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so hard because they can only take you so far. I mean, sometimes it literally takes you farther than you expect, and sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
barely even starting to where you need to go.
So yeah, let's try it again. Let's see if it, I just kind of delete everything and just prepare it, like restart the server again and see how it goes. So we can redo the generation again. And right. All right, it's back to just showing these things. So what happened? Okay, perfect. The perfect is now working. Okay, let's see if actually generated. Okay, what happened? Nothing is being generated. Portrait generator. Okay. We have this file now, and is it called generate portrait? Oh, it's called from a test. Okay, can you have models Hazan call on generate portrait instead of using? Okay, I need to add some more context. Okay, I'll just add it here. It seems that it's not called properly, just being called from this test portrait generation. This in the mail generate portrait. Okay, let's see what I try to do actually. Can we just run this script? Let's see. Check if there is any method on router. From the Hazan update. Okay, it's, I see the takeover. All right, I think it's just not going in the direction we want it to go. What about we test? We run this test first. Test portrait that it created for us. See if like the generation actually works. Then try to integrate it after to our Hazan generation route. How to run test portraits. Okay. It just created this file. I might just as well accept everything. Okay, run it. Okay, generated. Okay, where is it generating it? Okay, it's verify. Perfect. Okay. It's generating them on the back end. I see. So I cannot find them right away. Okay. Might as well delete all of these. Delete to trash. And let's see if we can. Oh, stop. Sorry. Spending too long on cursor. Selected beard, portrait saved to, okay. Public. All right, we got some result. There you go.
Damn, yo, that actually looks great.
All right.
Yeah, wait, zoom in just a little more.
All right. Let me zoom in.
Dude, yeah,
It's
that looks great. I mean, it's a little pixelized, but that's pretty damn good.
The idea is like once it's like displayed on the front end, it's gonna be displayed a little bit better, so it looks something
Like higher
closer.
resolution. Yeah.
Yeah, like closer to where is it? To this. So like we want to get to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I definitely see the vision for sure. But I mean, it's pretty good all around. Like it's pretty damn good.
It's just like looking a little bit weird right now. I think like the layers are not properly done.
Well, it's the layering and some of the coloring. It's like especially around the face. Like I mean, the idea is there. It just like is slightly off, you know.
Yeah. We like it's still in grayscale. It's still like not layered properly. Like you can see that the mouth is like got here. It looks so
Exactly.
weird.
Yeah.
It looks so weird. I don't know what's happening with the face either. But let me find like the proper layering.
I mean, the outline is like surprisingly good. Like the features, like other than the face itself, is actually like pretty accurate though.
Yeah. So right now, okay, let's. All right, it's the generation is working properly. I want you to put the layers this way. Okay, I need to find the layering system. The layers. Okay, trying to find them on my. Okay, I got them. Want you to layer them this way. So from top to bottom, hair, eye, beard, face, tattoo, scar, nose, female, facial details, mouth, necklaces. Okay, necklaces. Okay, where is the head though? Necklaces, clothes, and body. So I imagine, I guess, face here probably. All right, let's try it this way and see how it goes from top to bottom. That's the new layering. Okay. All right. Is this the new ones? I think it makes a little bit more sense. Let's delete it. Let's delete these. Okay, cancel. Female portrait. Isn't okay. Okay, this one is missing hands, but other than that, it's looking all right. We should probably add some colors, and then it's gonna start making a bit more sense. still live. All
Yeah,
good.
yeah, we're still. I literally, I was gonna say something. I'm just trying to think. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, it's like so close. Like, I think it's the shapes. I think it's the shapes that are wrong. I think they're using the wrong shapes.
Like which ones? Like you mean the
Like
face?
for the face, yeah, yeah. I think like it's obviously the layering as well, but I
Mhm.
think like the shapes themselves are actually like slightly off.
Okay. Yeah. Like these something is like weird here. I think like we can just like remove some of the like the scars and all of that, and it's
Yes.
gonna start making like sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, true. Like it's the added features that because
yeah.
they're just not propagating properly.
Yep. Yep.
Like
Okay.
you're saying, not like wrong layers and just not the right shapes, and it's
Yeah.
not. They're not like perfectly fitting together. It doesn't look terrible though. Like I really have to say, like it like if that was what the character looked like in game, I really don't think people would like it. I think people would kind of fuck with it even. Like it's kind of esoteric, you know, like and unique.
All right. So we accept just everything for now. I would love to just kind of hide some of the. Okay. So the thing with like using AI for everything is like when you come back to the code that you gotta look for like where things are set. So rendering order, got it here. What we want to do is just like for now, selected components. Just figure out exactly where we can just skip. Fine. Okay. All right. We can just. Oh yeah. One of the things is just to separate um, body from the torso. Okay, the head from the torso. Can you? Right. Can you separate? Can you separate head and torso slash body and have it at the lowest layer and have head and torso. I think it's gonna make figure out what I mean. Head below uh, mouth in the order I mentioned above. Let's see if it's gonna do it. All right, it's taking time to generate. Okay. But yeah, like the next thing that I want to do is just like hide some of like hide the face tattoos or whatever and see how it generates everything. So that way we can see like the weird things happening. I think like there is like the weird thing that we see is just the the black kind of like layer on top of the face of the characters, which looks weird.
Yeah, it it does at the moment.
Hmm.
Eventually, you know, it will be more detailed and it'll work.
Exactly.
Just call it a mask
Yeah, yes, exactly. Well, that's what I'm
and
getting.
it's solved.
I'm not even kidding though. Like that's why it would work in the current form because people just be like, yeah, like that's what my character looks like. Like those are his features or those are her features. Like
All right, let's try to generate some test characters again. See how they look like. Oh, why they are not generated anymore? What happened? Okay. Special handling for head and separate them. Torso. Okay. Find the files. All right. Um, for some reason, like this should normally generate. Okay, where did it portrait save to? Okay. Oh, it says it's saved, but it's not saved anymore. What happened? Oh, they are here now. All right, they look. Oh, they look
Dude,
better
you look really good. Yeah, holy shit.
now.
They
Keep
lost the mask.
Yeah,
Hey, holy shit. Wow, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Wow.
we still have this weird thing happening, but I think like
No,
we
no,
surely
I
have
think
like
it works because, dude, it's the strap is over it. Like that actually works.
um yeah, some items might not be like 100% working together, but overall it works right now. It
Right. I mean,
makes
dude,
sense.
it definitely adds some flair too if it's not like completely perfect.
All right. Okay, so right now we want to add some colors. So um let's see. Okay, one thing that we should do right now is just save our progress, I would say.
I
Like
would say so. Yeah, definitely after that.
one thing, all right, where were we? Okay, just here. All right, what we want to do, just do that. We don't want to lose our progress. This is a very important part of coding, just like feed, generate portraits with test script. All right, and just push all of this. Make sure we don't lose our progress today. Yeah, the next thing that I want to do is let's add some colors during the generation. So we have the different components, different components of the portrait in grayscale right now. All the colors are contained within what's the name of it? Portrait grays. Okay, portrait grays. There's JSON. I want to change every pixel to a color. How to describe it? Like prompt it to basically change the colors in a fashion that makes sense. So if I pick, oh yeah, I want to change pixels to a color. So if I pick, uh, if if you decide on a color, add the proper shading to each pixel. They are all of different shade of gray. All right, I don't know if this will make total sense to it, but let's see what the AI will come up with. Set some colors during the generation. So we have different components of the portrait in grayscale right now. The colors are contained within portrait grays. I want to change every pixel to, okay, let's just shade gray. Make sure, up, right, stop. Make sure to have natural colors for um, like for skin, but also for hair and different other parts. Okay, let's see how it goes. I think there is a good chance to get it right from the get-go, but let's see.
We will be prompters forever.
Yes, sir.
Until the AI prompts for us.
Yeah, but then you will have to prompt for the prompt.
No, man, we just think and it auto prompts.
I was thinking yesterday if like the same thought that always come back: is it gonna take all our jobs? So maybe like the next thing is just to be back to farming or something, like living in a small community, um outside of all of this. Maybe that's the future, or maybe this is like the limit of it. Like AI is, I think I read an article or something about it reaching like their maximum amount of data that it can consume by, I don't know, 2026 or something like that. So after that is just like optimizing with that high quality data. But if there is AGIs coming up, yeah, they will work in auto mode for sure. But for now, we are just building characters. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's run it again. Oh, looks a little bit funky, but okay.
No, not bad, not bad. I mean, yeah, the eyeshadow and the lipstick is a little crazy, but
Okay. Yeah, something wrong with the shadowing actually.
I
We
mean, there's
can.
nothing wrong with one of our Hassans doing drag. Like, come on now.
Oh no, it just should do it like, properly. This is just scary.
No, oh yeah, that's
Yes,
probably
like
no,
the
that's.
colors do not
I mean,
make
dude,
sense.
it's just not the right shapes. Like for both the
Yeah.
cheeks and the lips, like it just
Yeah.
the shapes are just off.
Also, like the sort of grayscale that I was thinking about
Mm.
is, yeah, I think maybe not use the portrait grays, but do it directly on each file. Um, we can definitely optimize for it later, but for now we can just like make the script like do the pixel color changing for each file on the go, and later we can have it better. But for now, maybe okay, let's ignore the portrait grays. Let's ignore the portrait grays. I'll just remove the reference to it. Instead, read all the pixels on each component every time, and read all the pixels, and from a base color that you already select, map it properly to the pixel colors in grayscale that you found. All right, let's see if this will work better. So we don't have like the blue characters. Yeah, I mean this, I don't know, like looks okay. This doesn't seem to be like properly aligned, and these colors are definitely off. But let's see.
And the neck is
Oh
different
yeah,
from the face.
from the face, yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, it chose like two different colors for
Yeah.
the skin. Yeah. Okay, maybe like these grayscale values do not make too much sense for us. Oh, maybe we should not use them. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's still scary, but oh yeah, it's still the same though. It's like the clothing is off, the skin is off. Yeah, the eyes. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should just keep them grayscale for now. um, let's see. Where's the female version? Oh yeah, this. Mm, okay, the skin color is maybe just the choice of color is like weird. That's why, and why the mouth is like this.
Tiger attack or something.
Yo, I love Tiger Fact.
This
Tiger, half human.
half like half human. Okay. First thing. Okay, let's just work through it. Like, let's work through it like slowly, maybe, and improve after. Make sure the color of the body is the same as the face. Make sure the color of the mouth matches the skin color and the eyes as well. I think same for nose, because this just looks weird. Nose. And okay, let's just run with this first and see how it goes. This will probably like take forever to like nail, but if we can just get like to a semi good looking enough version, that will be fine. Otherwise, we'll just run for it for like the sake of this kind of like live coding session. Even if we don't get it right, we can at least like play around with it and build some other parts. Eyes. Oh, okay. What happened there? Oh yeah, just okay. Maybe the eyes now will look scary if it uses the skin shades. Didn't complete the file correctly. Let's fix that. Let's see the result. Oh, something went wrong. What happened? Was it removed? Okay. Oh. And no one file extension. What happened? All right, something went wrong. It changed. This is another thing that is very hard to track when the changes are just being made like this. Is sometimes some files are removed. Okay, what happened? Let's try a different approach. Okay, it's just going crazy right now. Base color in hacks, highlight color, shadow. Okay, can I run the script again? All right, works. Let's see. Oh, is this the new ones? Okay, I'll just delete everything so make sure we got these ones properly. Oh, okay, we are not making that much progress. Just getting scarier.
The masks are back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, maybe we'll not be able like to in a reasonable time like figure out this today, but we can, I don't know, just all right, let's see what's okay, what's wrong exactly. Like the eyes are a little bit funky. We got these black things on top of the scars. So it's like 2 layers of scars actually. We should probably just have like 1 layer, and the mouth just looks funky as well. All right, can you change the suggested colors to be more natural for the hair as well? I think, let's see, let's compare them. This is like, looks okay. So what's missing? Like if we compare this to this, it's pretty difficult. Might need to like do sort of more advanced kind of like customization to each kind of like part. So have like more natural colors for the clothing, for like the necklaces and everything. But I think we can just proceed with these ugly ones for now and see how they look up for like on the user interface, and kind of like improve them after. Okay. Right, so the body and face colors do not match. They seem to be different. The other thing I'm seeing is, oh, okay. Body and face colors. Correct. Okay, making sure I'm still live.
Yes, you are. I think we are alone now.
In our own space. We lost Luciano, I think.
No,
But
I'm still here. We're chilling. I'm just I'm just letting you guys vibe out. Yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah, this is kind of like the challenge. It's just like kind of nailing this. I feel like this is like something that will take a few like back and forth to get right. Like especially like with the awesome guy that made kind of like this art, and but I'll see like how well I can get it to look like. But after that, maybe we'll just like for today we'll just run with it however it looks like, and kind of like try to do some other stuff like displaying this on the front end, for example. And what else? Maybe get to the smart contracts if we have time. But let's see. Maybe this is all the progress we can do today.
What Zach? What out of curiosity, what are you doing tomorrow?
Uh, I have a lot of things to do. Basically, working tomorrow.
No worries, no worries. Just let me
I
know when you
Yeah.
want to come back on and continue building. Absolutely no pressure whatsoever.
Oh yeah, like thank you for the invite to build again. Like I would love to maybe we do another session where we focus on like having these characters built with like the smart contracts. Maybe
Mhm.
that would be like a cool thing to do. But also like another thing that I wanted to say is if
Yeah.
you have some cool ideas that you want to build, we can definitely build them together, like outside of
I
this.
have a lot of fucking cool ideas, actually. I don't want to. So actually, one idea that I really want to pursue sooner than later are actually, Zach, you were at FarCon. So are you
Yeah.
on the Coinbase beta?
I believe not. I think it depends. Like,
Oh, all
what
right.
are
Well,
you?
the Coinbase wallet now has like a basically like a Warpcast version
Yeah.
where they've integrated like Farcaster into Coinbase wallet specifically, and it's
Mhm.
very cool, very sleek. and I want to. They have their own like app store. They're gonna have their own curation, etc. I want
Mhm,
to build a mini app where um, it's like a personalized or a community driven leaderboard where every week like people vote on their favorite mini app, and then
mhm,
it just turned into like this like community curated carousel of
mhm,
like mini apps to discover rather than like top down like
mhm.
whoever base is trying to show the most or whatever. So that way people can just like use this mini app as their like de facto app store on the app, and every time you vote it could like send 10 cents or something to the mini app developer as like a sort of like thank you, and then developer can take like 1% and or whatever, and then and then it's not sustainable.
Um, yeah, if you want to like build something like to get a good thing going on like that, I'm happy to jump in and do it like live in this if you want.
Yeah, dude, we should definitely fucking do it. I'm so fucking down. I need to get you on the Coinbase wallet beta. That's the only real thing. And then once I get some
That
invites,
already, but I might be, but I will have to like double check.
were you at Jesse's talk?
Yeah. Jesse, I don't think so. I haven't met.
Jesse, okay, word. If you weren't, because when Jesse did his talk, he threw up the
him.
QR code for like the invite, and the QR code was only live for like fucking like 20 minutes or something. So even when I sent it to people after the talk, they like couldn't
Yeah.
even get the invite.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to get more invites from Base right now to get more people on. But once I get you on Coinbase Wallet beta, then we're gonna run this the fuck up.
Sure.
I have
Yeah.
a couple other cool ideas. One is like a much bigger game, very similar to yourself, where like an idea that I had a very long time ago, around just like creating like a sort of compound, like a mafia compound, and like your own sort of like gamified world where you can grow your empire, like one of those type of games, but just crypto enabled, and like create like a mafioso slash like mob NFT collection to go along with it, so you can be a Corleone or a Cuneo or whoever the fuck. So I think it'd be really fun to do like a Godfather esque like style like mini game mini app. But that's like a much bigger ask, and I'd way rather see Hassan Legacy come to market first,
Yeah.
before we start building anything like that. Until then, I'll stick with my really simple mini app ideas that you can kind of just bust out in a live stream, and get you a little more cloud distribution for building those things, and hopefully some usage, and even added revenue slash income if the app is successful enough. Something like a community curated like mini app store though is really
Mhm.
really obvious in my opinion, and something that
Yeah.
will work perfect for Coinbase Wallet.
Mhm.
Um, because like it's different with Warpcast, because the like discovery is just very weird, but
Yeah.
uh Base is going to have a very well curated way to discover mini apps, and to have a community driven way as well would be really really cool and unique.
Mhm.
And I guess it would work on any, like it could work in Coinbase Wallet or in Farcaster, I guess, but I guess it would just live in.
Yeah, it does. WordPay is added to Coinbase feed too. It's
Yeah,
just some changes on the metadata, and that's fine.
I guess I was thinking like maybe like Coin or Base would actually integrate this with like maybe Base would use this as their like app store like type shit. But I guess at first you would just have to make it successful outside of that. So like
Yeah.
yeah. But I know there is the FAP store as well. Like somebody created that. It's really hard, but it's just so hard to find some of these. Like it's so hard to like go back and find. I'll see like casts about a certain many apps, and then it's just impossible to go find it because there literally is no discovery on Warpcast.
Dude, I can definitely clear out someday, and we can just like do it together.
All right, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah,
All right,
like
just let me know when you're free next.
it's very difficult to find the time, but like I'm happy to like jump in, do it for like a whole day. We can do it like together. Like
Word, I'll do some market research and see
Yeah.
what's already out there, what kind of makes sense, and what's feasible.
Sure. Okay. Let me
All right, let me bring us back up here. Bam.
Yeah.
There we go. And the family's back. Let me turn my camera on.
I miss seeing you guys.
I know, right?
I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I think we made like a good progress. It's just like nailing the colors, and once that's done, we can just show it on the front end, and after that, we can have like those characters minted as NFTs. But yeah, just nailing those colors.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. All right, everyone, if you liked Hassan Legacy, go to WarpPay right now and go send Zach some USDC. It's really important that we get this game built. This shit is gonna be sick. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be fun. This is what if Homebase ends up being like the next like crowd fund, you know, and we just use WarpPay as like the way to fund people's builds. I would actually love that. I would love to like get enough distribution where like people who just love certain ideas and like you just start building it live and people are like, yo, like I really want you to put more of your time to this. Like here's 100 USDC.
Patreon on chain.
On chain Patreon, baby. It's coming. I mean, it's definitely coming eventually. I mean, there is like a crossover between like an on-chain live streaming platform, like a fork of Livepeer plus Patreon. Like there definitely is a model there.
Yep.
All right, but we'll build that. We'll build that later. You know.
It's always later.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, guys, that was absolutely incredible session. Thank you both for coming on. I really appreciate it. Super cool builds. I mean, it's so much fun to be able to just have y'all on and showcase what you're working on and build with you. Like this is what I fucking live for, man. Like this is why we're here in crypto is to build cool products and real use cases. So glad that's exactly what we're doing and that's what we can show people. If you guys have anything else you want to say about yourselves, about what you're building, anything at all, feel free to say.
For me, just thanks everyone for showing up. Feel free to DM me on Warpcast, Farcaster. Happy to chat, happy to kind of like talk ideas, especially like through on Hazan, but even outside of it, like I develop mini apps with Samuel actually. So if anybody need any help, you can reach out anytime. And yeah, just if someone want to talk ideas, happy to as well. Like you're pretty welcome.
Hell yeah. You heard the guy.
I'm seeing you now for something I'm breaking my head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Lopez, you gotta have some ideas too. You might have to hit up Zach.
Yeah, I just have to say that I really appreciate being here today, and thanks for everything. It was a nice time, and I love what you're doing too, Hassan. So,
Oh yeah,
thanks.
thank you so much. Yeah, let's keep building. Let's keep growing the pie all together. That's why we're here. Let's play positive sum games. Hey, and if there are no positive sum games to play, let's go build our own positive sum games.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, family. Thank you once again. Thank you, audience, for joining. And we'll see you all back here tomorrow. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern. We actually have like 5 hours of live streams. We have a lot of different sessions tomorrow from 1 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure they'll start earlier and I'm sure they'll end later. But that is the current time frame. So we will see you all here tomorrow. Thank you again, guys, and peace out.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.